What are we talking about today?
I pokes and head jokes.
I don't know.
I'm recording already, so
No, I don't.
no, we can go from there. We can go from
That's
there.
a different
3,
type of
2,
mask, though. That was more
1.
like a puzzle.
Welcome back to episode 187 of Eye Pokes and Head Chokes. It's your boy, Mr. Alex, and your boy, Mr. Cooler, on the other end.
Yes,
He's here trying to ask if, because Kane wears a mask, if he's a luchador. Not Cain Velasquez, but Kane, the brother of destruction,
Cain Velasquez
from
should've
hell,
worn a
blah,
mask.
blah, blah. If he counts as a wrestler, and no, as a luchador, and I'm like, no,
He's a
because
luchador.
no, he's not a luchador, because then you would have to say that fucking Mankind is a luchador.
No,
he
because
wears a mask
Mankind,
too.
his mask is actually a muzzle, so there's something very different
No.
there.
But it's
There's
still
something-
a mask.
No, so what? It's a muzzle.
Because like for example, you could say Luchasaurus. Yeah, it's literally in the name, Luchasaurus. Like
Fuck
it
that.
makes sense. There's no Lucha Kane or Kane Lucha or Kane is Lucha. He's not a luchador.
He's just a big, strong man with a mask on and look like a lucha. And he actually does lucha moves from once in a while.
No, he doesn't.
He does. He does
I've
high
never
fly.
seen him do a springboard. I've never seen him
That
do
is-
anything
okay.
like that. A dive to the outside like that. He's done one or two. He's done
Come
one or
on.
two. He's done like literally less than, I could count it on my hand how many times he's done it in 10, 15 years.
For every year he wrestles. he's
For every
done two-
other year he wrestles, he does that.
Oh shit.
But no,
He
yeah, like I just no.
He's a luchador to
No.
me.
But then, do you count fucking the Fiend a lucha?
That's a different type of mask.
No, I don't want to hear shit.
No, That's
No,
a
because
different.
he's
No,
wearing a
that
mask.
mask is a skin.
So?
That mask is a skin of himself pulled back.
Okay, but
There's a story on that.
there's a
mask.
lucha
There's no
mask.
story.
There's a mask that Kane had that wasn't a specific type. It was like it looked like skin at one point. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. It's fine. It's fine. Your logic is flawed.
No,
One thing, like before we get into the wrestling thing, obviously,
Next-
even though we already did
Next-
on
The
little.
next guest we have, I'm
hyperboles.
asking that shit.
No, you can.
I looked at like I'm crazy. I don't care.
Real quick, we wanted to send our condolences to the family of Chadwick Boseman. Played Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall,
James
Rick
Brown.
James Brown. Sorry, not Rick James. James Brown. I was about to say Rick James. No, James Brown, and obviously, King T'Challa from Black Panther. Pretty
Marvel
big
universe.
loss. Yeah, pretty huge loss in cinema, and just like an overall great person from what we see. So like personally, it's obviously I'm not African American or African or of that descent, but like at the end of the day, we all come from the
You
mother
ethnic.
continent. We come from the mother continent, so like that movie was a big deal, and what he meant to millions and millions. Portraying these huge roles, honestly speaking, these
Definitely,
iconic people, these iconic roles. Like he did what he did. Like he got diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, and it's just says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do the movie. Like I'm not telling nobody shit. I'm gonna do the movie." So it's like
And this
It's
happened like he
insane.
got diagnosed in 2016.
2016 while he was probably filming the movie.
Filming
'Cause the
more
movie
than-
came out
more
in
than enough
2018.
things.
Exactly. So like he was working on multiple projects. So like I personally, once I heard that and I read that, I was just like, I can't complain about doing the podcast on a Monday because I'm tired after work anymore. Like it's just like the man,
Yeah,
he held
yeah.
himself to a higher status, not even a higher status, but like had that responsibility. Felt that he had a need to lead for the people. So like honestly speaking, thank you for everything you've done. Our condolences go out to the
Definitely.
family. We've lost an amazing person, an actor, and honestly speaking, it's the Wakanda Forever. Honestly speaking, because like that dude, he was on another level, and it sucks that he got taken from us early. One of the many people that got taken from us early this year alone, and overall in the last like 5 years. So, but you'll be remembered, and thank you for everything. Really, like it was fucking amazing. Like you just can't quantify exactly what he meant to everybody.
Yeah, because like he is Black Panther at this point. Like we don't he's
like
he's pretty much he is the biggest superhero in comic book history to be on to have a live action version. Like there's no other one. Like we have others, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Like I was just watching Endgame and just looking at like everyone's faces when he came. Like he saved the world.
Yeah.
And of course the women have their point in time that they do the same thing, where everyone is just relieved that yes, they're here, they're made it. Mm-hmm. But it's a big thing when the people who are fighting first, and then the people who are fighting who come to save them do come to save them.
Exactly.
It is that model of what Black Panther is. So.
Yeah. It's like I said, like we both said, like you can't understate his importance enough, and you can't even overstate his importance enough, like the importance of what he portrayed in all of his roles, like from MLB to the music scene to just like everything he portrayed is just so out there.
I still have not watched. I haven't watched Jackie Robinson. I have to
honestly
watch that.
I'm being deadass. Neither have I. But like honestly speaking, like it's one of those things that I want to go back and watch because, like I said, he's only played huge, like iconic roles.
That James Brown movie is great.
and I wanted to see it, so like it's something I'm gonna have to go visit. Obviously, the same night I heard of the news, I just was like, I had this shit on pure 4K, like on my thing. I played it. Like honestly speaking, like there were a couple times where I my eyes got really fucking moist and whatnot, like really like tear filled. But no, yeah, like it sucks. And
oh my god, I was just watching a whole bunch of the stuff on Twitter. I'm looking like he's amazing. He's done amazing things, and this is from the time that you know what's gonna happen. You know,
he just kept happen, going exactly,
and because no one knows the exact end date of their life.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you have that clock, when you have that clock that you know is actually ticking,
let me make the most of it for myself and everyone involved.
Exactly. Like let me leave a footprint on the world, not just on people, but on the world. Let me leave a
legacy, and that's what he did, which was amazing. So once
even
again,
down to marrying his longtime girlfriend in the last week of his life.
Facts.
Last month or something like that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. So, big ups to him. We'll miss him. Condolences to his family and friends, and T'Challa is a fucking man. Chadwick Boseman.
He definitely is.
But yeah, moving on to our
not so fast. We also have to give another condolences to the family of Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Oh shit, that's right. Yes.
Road Dogg's father.
Yeah.
Oh man, WWE legend, Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Like I don't want to say they're dropping like flies, but like everybody that like it's fucking annoying. Like cause you know this is gonna happen, but it's just hard to.
But a lot of them like Chadwick and a lot of the younger ones are just out of nowhere. And it's just really is hard because it's just like you don't expect it, and even though it like COVID is out there and people are catching that, it's hard because it's like you don't expect someone of a certain age around our age, whether it's 10 years, 15 years older than us or 15 years younger than us, you don't expect them to be like
at risk. And shit.
You don't, not even just at risk, but just dropping like this. This is 2021 is going to be the longest memoriam ever. We're going to have the longest memoriam ever.
If we get to 2021. There's a bunch of ifs, like reasons as to like a if, but it just sucks. A lot of the shit that's going on sucks on top of like the COVID. 2020 is just a fucked up year. Like it's just like, can we just fast forward at this point, please?
I don't even want to fast forward. I just want it to hurry up and get better.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like it's getting too much better. So I'll live through it if it gets better.
I mean, we have a whole slate of issues coming up in November for completely different reasons. That's for a different podcast or a different, news section or whatnot. But
the flu, the part 2 of
elections. There's a lot of shit going on. But yeah. Let's just
all right.
Well, move on to wrestling. That's what we're here for.
Sports.
So yeah, New Japan Summer Struggle 2020 in Jingu Stadium happened this weekend on Saturday. You texted me, you were like, make sure you watch it. I was at work. So I was like, no, I didn't know exactly because I did realize that it said Road to Summer Struggle. I thought Summer Struggle was just like the whole thing, not like it was leading up to the thing. But then I just it didn't click in my mind that there's gonna be a pay-per-view at the end. And I was like,
my mind. I was just on Twitter and I just see all the people. I see TDE and they're redoing the gifts and everything like that. And I'm like, I have to watch that match. That's a good match. That's a good matchup. That's for a title. I have to watch that. And then I'm like, okay, I can't say I have to watch it. I actually have to put the time in.
Usually, I'm up at 5 a.m. watching this shit, with everyone else. 4 a.m. this time because Kevin Kelly, he was like, I've been up since 4 a.m. I had to wake up. So shout out to Kevin Kelly because now you know what we feel like when we watch a shit and we wake up to hear you.
He's usually over there. We just had to actually do it.
Exactly. So He knows what it's like to wake up now at 4 a.m. I mean, and the other thing is he had to get ready for work, so he was probably up earlier. He probably got little to no sleep, so preparing for about an hour, most likely. But that's what I'm saying, little to no sleep. So it's shout out to him for doing it from the U.S. live commentary on top of that, which was pretty fucking dope. So shout out to Kevin Kelly real quick because of that. But yeah, we could get into the results real quick. I'm just gonna roll through through all the results. So. We started with Yoshinobu Kanemaru defeating Master Wato. I didn't know Master Wato was only 23 years old. He's pretty young. I was just like, oh shit, this kid.
So is he really a master or not?
I don't know. He's a Master Wato. I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
After that, we had the KOPW 2020 Final 4-Way match.
King of Pro Wrestling.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we had the King of Pro Wrestling 2020 Final 4-Way match. Toriyano defeating Okada, Sonata, and El Desperado in 7 minutes.
That was amazing.
I need to rewatch it because every time I watched it was I was doing something and I would come back and it's done and I'm like, God damn it. But the trophy is so fucking tiny that shit just makes me laugh so hard. And I'm like, the fact that Toriyano won and I was like, I have to go back and see exactly how he won.
It's year 1, so it's going to be tiny.
Yeah.
And
no, but also, it's also a joke because Yano won it and Yano has a little thing.
No, but that was supposed to be Okada's thing. Okada pretty much coined the term King of Pro Wrestling tournament. So
I mean, yeah, they were focusing on his him
win.
Versus him. Yeah, exactly. So
but
it was
and then the chaos. And then he pinned,
amid the chaos, you just sneak in and get the win. That's what happens, man.
No, but I mean the group chaos. Mm-hmm. It's Yano actually pinned Okada.
Yeah.
In a very cheatsy do the way, as you would say.
Hey, fuck it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
And he was just looking at him like, what?
He was like, what the fuck? Yeah. We have the Never Openweight Championship, Minoru Suzuki defeating Shingo Takagi in a fucking
my God. That was crazy.
Of a match. We'll get back. We'll circle back around to that.
There's not much to say. It was
I know. It was just a brute of a match. Yeah. We knew what we were going to get.
There's another point there. But yeah, we could get to it.
We know what we're going to get. After that, we had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Taichi Ishimori defeating Hiromu Takahashi.
Oh my God.
That match was exactly what we expected it to be.
I'm happy for Taichi Ishimori.
Taichi Ishimori is a beast.
But he just lost the triple, I think the neverweight.
Yeah, the 6-man never open weight. Yeah. So now, I mean, Bullet Club starting to on the ascendancy. It's kind of like my Tesla stocks. Anyways, after that, we had the IWGP Tag Team Championship match. The Dangerous Techers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi. I didn't know that's what they were called.
What? Dangerous what?
Dangerous Techers. I don't know. That's what it says on the website. I'm on SC Scoop, so whatever. Defeating the Golden Aces, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi. Great match. Honestly, I had fun watching it.
It was. I just don't like that name.
I hate the name too. Call yourself the Gooners or something, because Suzuki.
Don't even do that. But something
else. The dangerous techers. It's weird. I don't understand the reason why.
But yes, have it spelled like the Gunners.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever.
And then after that, we had the main event was the IWGP Heavyweight and IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. Evil versus Tetsuya Naito, with Tetsuya Naito getting the win, getting his belts back from Evil. So
I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not. Congratulations, because you should have never lost it to begin with to Evil. Not to shit on Evil.
No, you know how I feel about just numbers, and we could talk about that after when we get to the end of the podcast. We could talk about that because we have that to talk about with Sasha. We have that to talk about with Bray. So I like my numbers being higher than lower. So yeah.
We could get into that discussion afterwards. With the openweight championship, with the never openweight, we knew what we were gonna get. We know Suzuki's a fucking savage of a beast at 50 years old, fucking beating people up like 10, 15 years younger than him. What's up?
I have a question about that because he moves as if he has not had a surgery at all. I'm sure he probably has had one or two, maybe not to the extent that Undertaker has had. Yeah. And I don't really want to compare the two, but why do you think that he looks better in the ring than Undertaker? Like, that's what I really want to know. Why do you think he looks better than Undertaker in the ring?
Because Undertaker, I can't even say that he went through harder matches, because these motherfuckers in Japan beat the shit out of each other. So I think it mainly, honestly speaking, Undertaker is a way bigger guy. A bigger person. Okay. Overall, like, they have more issues with joints. Like, for example, look at Shaq. Or look at, just taller athletes like fucking Great Khali. Or, you have your problems as you get older because your
size.
Yeah, just because of the pure size. Like, your knees are bigger, your hips are bigger, like, the ligaments, like, probably move around a little bit more than usual than for somebody, like, that's average size. The height and, like, just, like, the bone mass, it could be a thing of bone density not being enough, or, like, the ligaments just, like, it could be a multitude of things. But generally speaking, the bigger athletes, the taller people, or just the overall bigger, like, have more issues when they get older. When you look at Minoru Suzuki, not that he's short or anything, but he's like about average height.
He's like 6'1".
And he takes care of himself. And then not to say that they didn't take care of themselves either, but it's it's just like I don't know what it is. Like,
I'm gonna say that they didn't, because when you have a certain schedule.
That too, because
that WWE schedule is very different.
Fierce. Yeah.
Yeah, and I completely that's not where I was gonna go.
Massive wear and tear. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's not completely where I was gonna go, because but it's just we see it. It's day in, day house out. Show. Yeah, day in, day out. It's house shows. It's the weekly program. They don't really have that for New Japan. I don't know if they ever had that for New Japan or anywhere else.
Like New Japan, they at least get like 2 or 3 days in between usually. Even if it's like a series of competitions like the G1, or at least if it's something like the G1, they'll take it easier on the tag nights. Yeah, so like there's more spread responsibility between everybody. So, to keep them somewhat fresh, at least, like on a kind of substitute basis. But I mainly think that's what it is overall, honestly. Congratulations to Minoru Suzuki. Taiji Ishimori is a fucking beast. So is Takahashi. That match was just
those German suplexes. Oh my god!
I mean, looking at them like at these fucking junior heavyweight championship matches, I'm like, are y'all actively trying to kill each other? Because I know him and because like I know him and Dragon Lee, like definitely actively try to kill each other. Even though they're probably friends, but they probably definitely try. Taiji Ishimori, fucking little Bolo.
It's definitely a little ball.
Yeah, it's just like what, and then you have Hiromu's not to be one person that's to be one up, so he's gonna match you stride for stride if he can. You're always gonna get in a 13 fucking minute match, like you get a fucking 20-30 minute match worth of fucking shit in it. So it's just like, it's just flying by every single time, and you just have to try to keep up with everything that's going on. So
I was definitely rewinding a couple of times. The belly to belly in the corner that he did twice.
I'm gonna have to rewatch a lot of this shit because of the fact that, like, I told you I was like arguing with my cable service provider, like my internet service provider. So like it was one of those things. But for the most part, like it's just like, dude, like, yeah, you need to chill. But he got him with the arm breaker too. So that was really cool because he was like, because you could go for the high flying moves and all that shit as junior heavyweight, but like he attacked his shoulder the whole time, his arm the whole time. So like, and he ended up getting the win that way with the reverse bloody cross, and it's fucking deep.
I did not think he was going to tap.
No, yeah, me either. I would have rather like passed out, like I would have preferred it, but no, like honestly speaking.
He just got back.
That reverse bloody cross was fucking crazy. The tag team championship match is exactly what we thought it would be. I'm glad that they kept the titles, honestly, because both Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi, with the way they've been this year, they deserve a decent run with titles. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best on the planet in terms of like technical wrestling.
Why?
We know.
Why is he better than most with just one leg?
I don't know, man.
It's crazy. I'm looking. I'm like, it's gonna be a short title run.
I love when people say, "Oh, technical wrestlers, look at Daniel Bryan." I'm like, have you seen Zack Sabre Jr.? No.
Like, I would never look at Daniel Bryan again.
No. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing technical wrestler, but at the end of the day, like when you put
he's no.
I'm gonna ask a very serious question right now. If you want to answer it, answer it. If you don't feel like you can answer it, that's fine too. Is he better than Bret Hart?
Zach? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just making sure. Because like I have friends that like love Bret Hart, but like the amount of shit this dude does technically overall, and obviously not to discount what the technical proficiency and the beast that Bret Hart was for when he wrestled for his time. Yeah, wrestler for his time. He was a technical wrestler. You can't. No.
But what I'm saying, like he was a technical wrestler, but he was more of a wrestler. Like, yes, he did sleeper holds and stuff like that, but he was technical, but he wasn't as technical as Zack
Sabre Jr. Yeah, the way he was chain, like the chain wrestling compared to like Zack Sabre Jr. is like there's.
I would compare Zack to Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko is known as the man of 1,000 holds.
Fair. Okay.
I would compare those two before I compare.
All right, fair enough.
And only thing bad about Dean is we were just not privy enough to see
back in the day
his 1,000 moves.
The fucking beast that he is, exactly. So
like I wish he didn't I think he has Parkinson's, but I wish he didn't, so that we can see him able to do those 1,000 those other
facts.
Just the whole 1,000 moves, because like in WCW, he was kicking ass and he was doing it. But in WWE, WWF, whatever it was at the time, he didn't get that chance because he gave, I don't know what happened, but he phased out and he just started to become a trainer. So we got that, but he's different. Bret is the man, but Bret was more of a wrestler than he was a submission artist. At least that's what I remember. That's what I see. Yes, he's a technical wrestler, but I think he was more well-rounded than anything else.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, Zack was definitely better than Bret.
Yeah, I was making sure because people hold him as the highest fucking standard, and I'm just like, have you seen Zack Sabre Jr. now? Okay, that's what I thought. And
that is well done.
After that we had the main match. I think Tetsuya Naito winning back his double status is perfect. I'm perfectly fine with it because not that Evil didn't deserve it. Not that Evil hasn't been on a roll either, because he has. But the way he won it,
he was not the first one to deserve it out of
a huge line. Exactly, and exactly. If anyone, it should have been like Sonata to have the match with him. That was my main thing. And he probably still will.
I think, they did just have one. They did just have one in one of the earlier. I think
title match?
One of the Road 2s. I don't think it was a title match, but I think it was a Road 2 match.
Oh, okay. But yeah, good. It was a really good pay-per-view. It was It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I had it on, and I'm never really ever disappointed with New Japan. Neither are you. Like when it comes to pay-per-view. So, good things all around. Honestly speaking.
And it's so many, but at the same time, it's still so far in between. Like there's so many.
And we still have the G1 coming up now.
Yeah,
that's the next big thing, isn't it?
Oh my God,
September.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a lot of shit to watch.
Yeah.
Especially now that I'm getting back into regular schedules towards work, like somewhat regular-ish. So it's just like, if we could scale back to phase 3 and, maybe watch a bunch more of this shit. I mean,
that's really the worst shit.
Skipping the tag matches, which is about half of the fucking thing, will be fine. But yeah, there's one thing I would like them to do, though. I would like them to, kind of, you don't have to defend both titles at once. I'm still going to be a stickler on that. Like, if somebody wants the Intercontinental Championship only and they're only going for that, they shouldn't be challenging for the heavyweight either. There should be a definitive split if they want to. I mean, obviously, if they want to go for both, fuck it. That's the point. Go for both.
And that's what I don't know the other commentator's name that was with Kevin Kelly, but he was saying the same thing. He was just basically saying that Tetsuya Naito, he wants to be a defending champion, even if that means defending both titles in two different fights.
Yeah,
and
which should be
one
the case.
After another. Yeah.
Which should be the case because that's how it should be. Honestly speaking, like, hey, you're double champ. You're gonna have 2 matches tonight, or you can opt for 1 match versus 3 people. I mean, versus 2 people and a triple threat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's different ways of doing things, and I think they should kind of really explore those things. But overall, like I said, never really too upset with New Japan.
Yes,
anyway.
That Kurt Angle, Jericho, Benoit type of match. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That would be perfect. Even if it's only a 1 fall.
Exactly.
Or maybe if it's a 1.
No, it should be a 2 fall. It should be one of them, which should be the 1 fall, and then afterwards it's for the next championship, something like that.
But should it be a 1 fall for the champion?
What do you mean? Oh, if he loses, he's out?
No. If the champion does the first fall, if he pins the first person.
No. He should have to defend them both. He should have 2 falls.
Okay.
Or if you want to spin it the other way, then he should have 1 fall. Y'all get 2 falls to try to get the thing. He gets 1. Like, if he beats both of y'all, then fuck. But that's, that's a lot of intricacies on matches that we could get into.
Nah, fuck that. It should happen both ways.
It could.
If they want to make his reign somewhat of an importance, they should. Yeah. They should do that.
They should explore different ways to defend both titles. Absolutely.
Because honestly, the stipulations matter depending on how long you have it and who has the title. Yeah. It's gonna mean something. You're gonna mean the stipulations are gonna matter because you're may not be the first one, but you're the most important double champion that we have right now. So this means a lot.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. But yeah, I think. Sorry, I was just looking at a bunch of tweets, just fucking popped up and everything on the phone.
I saw it too.
I think we could move on. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say it earlier.
I like the fireworks for Naito.
Yeah, right. Thank you real quick for helping us reach 100 subscribers, even though the YouTube analytics says they said 115 the other day. Now it says 84. It's which one is it? Are you gonna tell me which one it is?
I'm wait a minute. Did people just sign in and subscribe?
I don't know.
And just
either way, I mean that doesn't make sense, honestly speaking, but it is what it is. But yeah, thank you for helping us reach that milestone because we got the email today. We got the email from YouTube today. So
over the weekend. Yeah.
Over the weekend was it? I just saw it again today, unless my Gmail's going slow.
Maybe it was a new one.
I don't know. And also congratulations to the winner for the Google Home Mini contest.
It wasn't me.
Of course it wasn't you because you couldn't enter it. I told you couldn't. But yeah, we will be sending out your Google Home Mini. I will contact you later with shipping information. So cool.
I saw that email. I wanted to delete that shit so bad. I know. No, but honestly, congratulations.
Facts. And we might be doing a giveaway. I still haven't decided. I think we probably will for maybe a few copies of the WWE Battleground coming out.
Shirts and stuff.
Give a shit about shirts right now. We got video games. People want video games. I know. We could do that too. A little shirt bundle.
Why do you want WWE t-shirts? I mean, video games.
It's a Battleground. People want to play that shit. People have kids. It's a kiddie game. I know. I don't like the look of it, but hey, somebody's gonna want it for free. Come on.
That shit is gonna glitch again. It's gonna glitch again.
Nah, I don't think so because it's way more arcadey. So it is what it is. Because we're talking about WWE,
it's easier to not fuck up.
Kinda. We are moving on to WWE Payback. We had this this weekend, which for all intents and purposes wasn't a bad pay-per-view. Shortly after the SummerSlam pay-per-view, it was actually pretty fucking decent.
It was only 7 real matches
and it was like 2.5 hours. So which was another great thing. I was like, yo, you're not wasting my time. This is awesome.
They really didn't have to because last week we had one already. So it should not have
it shouldn't have been more than 3 hours, exactly. So so we could just start with the matches. The Riot Squad defeated the Iconics in the kickoff match. After that, we had Bobby Lashley defeating Apollo Crews.
Congratulations.
Wait, what?
Said congratulations, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I only watched one.
Well, I'll just keep going through it. It's fine. Bobby Lashley defeating Apollo Crews to become the new United States champion. That's your boy, Bobby Lashley. Come on, Lashley.
I didn't watch it.
Lashley. Anyways, after that we had Big E defeating Sheamus. Big E keeps like giving himself like more reasons to like be in the main title hunt. He defeated Sheamus, which was a pretty decent match. Matt Riddle defeating King Corbin. Yo, when I tell you the motherfucker looked high as shit during his interview before the match, that's when I texted you all that he was high as fuck. Like he barely had his eyes open. He was like,
that was pre-recorded. It had to be.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
No, it doesn't matter. But like looking at the match.
Oh no, for sure.
He didn't look that high.
Oh no, not during the match, obviously, but like during the interview, it was like.
There was no context because you sent me that and you sent us that and I didn't know that he did that, and then the next thing you know I turn it on. I'm like, oh, it's the beginning of the match. What the fuck is Alex talking about? And you never said what.
I forgot to explain. I was just laughing half the time. After that we had Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defeating Bayley and Sasha Banks to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So no more Bayley 2 belts or those straps, and no more titles for Sasha Banks.
So it was a good match. It was a good match, but I really don't think we're ever going to get Sasha and Bayley again.
Sasha versus Bayley or Sasha and Bayley, like how they are now. I think they might, because guess who's still a fucking women's champ? Bayley.
Yeah,
and then Sasha might get jealous because she has nothing, and Bayley at least has that. She lost 2 straps. Yeah, she lost 2 of her straps in the span of a week. So you gotta kind of, starts creeping in. It's like, yo, I want that belt, bitch. Like, we friends, but fuck you.
Yeah, I know. I see it happening. I see the possibility, but you know how many possibilities we have seen for anything in WWE?
I don't think it's gonna. I'm just saying that's how it should happen.
I don't
we know how it should happen.
Everyone believes that's how it should happen, and everyone is producing their own promos for these two and that situation. I just don't think it's gonna happen because of that.
I mean, if anything, they're gonna probably stretch it to like Survivor Series or like all the way to WrestleMania. It's probably gonna be one of their WrestleMania things. Honestly.
That's what everybody keeps saying, but I don't. Until I see the program, I don't believe it's happening.
I just want to know how they're gonna stretch it another 6 months. That's my thing.
I don't know.
That's my main worry. Anyways, after that we had
a breakdown of it. It's possible. It's really possible. Like, let me help you.
If we do the Adam Page shit over time, then yes, I could see it. But
the Adam Page shit is going great.
We'll get to it. Let me finish the thing. We have Keith Lee defeating Randy Orton. Pretty big
in 6
deal.
minutes.
In 6 minutes. Then after that we had Rey and Dominic Mysterio defeating Seth Rollins and Murphy. I almost said Seth and Murphy Rollins. So we had the mom and pop, the dad and son connection defeating the mom and daughter. I don't know, whatever. It was a decent match, though. It was a decent.
This is when I fell asleep.
Yeah, and then after that, we had Roman Reigns defeating The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and the Monster, Braun Strowman, to become the new Universal Champion. So I didn't realize the whole time that I was asking, yeah. It was a decent match. They broke the ring, blah, 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 whatever. I didn't realize, since he had to vacate the title, which many people have had to.
Who had to vacate the title?
Roman Reigns, when he had it. He got the leukemia thing after he won. Remember, like he was like, "Oh, I have to leave."
That was
blah,
a
blah,
whole
blah.
2 years ago, wasn't that? A year and a half.
So the argument was
that was on Raw.
The argument was, but it still was a universal title. The argument was, I never lost it, and I'm here to get my title back. Blah blah blah. Okay, where was that the first time when you came back?
Stupid.
Secondly, he got an automatic contract that he could sign whenever to say, hey, this is a championship match. So after they broke the ring and they were laying down, Roman Reigns comes out with Paul Heyman, which overall is most likely going to be a really good pairing, which should have happened very long ago. He came out, he just signed the fucking signed the thing on the at the top of the Titantron and then walked down. And
so he cashed in his contract.
And then won.
He cashed in his contract.
Pretty much. You know what should have happened, though?
Otis?
Yes. That should have happened right after. And he cashed it in on this, dude. And then
Otis is... you know what's funny? Listening to all the shit that's happening with Big E on Talking Smack, what he said about Kofi last week and what he said about just the New Day this week. I see that with Otis. I don't see that ever getting over.
No, absolutely.
I don't see that
Otis would end up winning Money in the Bank, even though everybody wanted it and made sense at the time because he was hot, and he's still technically kind of hot on the show. It's just like, is it gonna happen? Probably not. It's probably going to fail in some stupid way that's going to revolve around Mandy Rose getting hurt. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I want to see it. I would like to see it happen, but I don't see that happening as well. And I don't see myself ever being really that interested in to see him hold the title, but I'm interested in to see how it happens.
Yeah, if you can make it like a funny way he wins it, or, if he just... He does the King Corbin and just fails hard, then it is what it is. But yeah, oh my God, that's your boy.
I don't see that happening either. But yeah, Corbin is my guy. Like, that was so shitty that they did that with him and fucking.
Nah, it worked.
It did. No, it did work, and he's still super over. Like in. Everyone hates him, but everyone loves him.
I get it what you mean.
He's over as fuck, no matter what anyone says.
But yeah, that was a thing. I mean, you had decent matches throughout the thing.
Really did. They were decent.
The best match to me probably was the women's tag match. To be real with you,
yeah,
it was the best match of the night. I enjoyed watching it, even though I sent a text to the group and I was just like, what's the over under for Nia Jax hurting one of them? Like, what are the Vegas odds? Which I'm sure there were probably some fucking Vegas odds somewhere.
I told you it wasn't happening. I told you you don't hurt. You don't hurt a champ. You don't hurt that champion. You're not gonna hurt Bayley. 2, you don't hurt somebody that's related to Ray J and Snoop Dogg. You just don't do it.
Nigga, she hurt her before.
You don't hurt a second time.
I think she did it like twice already.
Okay, well, you don't hurt her again then.
Yeah, but she's related to The Rock. Who has more money?
Whatever.
Exactly.
Money don't mean nothing when there's Crips and Bloods around.
I mean, yes, it does, because you could just pay them off. Just saying.
You can.
But no, yeah,
or you could just nuke a whole neighborhood.
Yeah, it was a really good. It was a pretty decent pay-per-view following another pay-per-view weekend. So it was. I wasn't too mad, and the fact that it was 2.5 hours like flat.
They did this on purpose, right?
That was good.
WWE did this on purpose.
Yeah,
right?
because they were trying to get in before All Out. I know.
Yeah,
which brings us to our next point.
They're really trying to make us tired of pay-per-views.
Yeah.
For All Out, like, okay, this is what you have to pay for.
But that's okay. But we don't get tired of AEW because 4 times a year, not fucking 12 times a year. So I'm fine with that.
This is true.
I get a quarterly pay-per-view how we used to back in the day when we used to be super excited and you could build storylines, which is what's been going on. So
if you don't do it, somebody will.
Yeah. So moving on to AEW All Out. The card has mostly been put out there. So there's the winning teams of the Private Party and SoCal Uncensored versus the Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks on the September 2nd episode of Dynamite.
Thursday.
Thursday.
No, Wednesday. That's Wednesday.
So is that for the tag team titles?
That's not for the titles, but that's for number one contender.
Number one contender, right? Correct. Okay.
Oh no, number two contender. Sorry.
After this, yeah. Okay. So then, we have the Dark Order versus Matt Cardona, the Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares.
I like it.
Probably earlier in the morning, or not earlier in the morning, but earlier in the either it'll start with the 21-man Casino Battle Royale, which most likely it will, for an AEW championship opportunity. So it's like for the number one contendership, or you put it in the middle because it's obviously a number one contender match. So you might just actually leave that in the card before your championship matches.
But also what's the buy-in? Because they have to have a buy-in.
They might have some small matches, maybe if they don't put this in the buy-in. But it would make sense to put this in the main pay-per-view because of the fact that it's a number one contenders match. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that makes sense to put it in the actual full body of the card. After that,
second and third.
Yeah, second or third match, of the night. And they CBS Sports has it like lined as the third match, like end of the night before all the championship matches. So then you have the AEW Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida versus Thunder Rosa. Should be a good match. They're both really talented. We know what Thunder Rosa could do. We know what Hikaru Shida could do. So
she should win.
Hikaru Shida or Thunder Rosa. I wouldn't mind if Thunder Rosa won, but Hikaru Shida probably needs to have it for a little longer because otherwise it would have made sense for her to have the belt dropped to her.
Yeah.
Like a couple more defenses.
Yeah.
If this came down later down the line, then yes, I would wholeheartedly agree with you. But if Thunder Rosa wins, fuck it. I'm fine with that too. I am perfectly fine.
Because that would cement their partnership with NWA, and NWA just got they have a new pay-per-view deal with some other company. Mm-hmm. I forgot exactly who, but 2 other wrestling companies have it as well. So
gotcha. After that, we have the AEW Tag Team Championship match. Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus FTR. I could see them doing the flipsy doodle on Kenny, or Kenny blaming Adam for the loss and then him going full heel finally. Or vice versa, whichever. Something that results in them breaking up and Kenny becoming the Kenny of old. Yeah.
So there's 2 things that I know that you have not watched earlier today and last week. I'm sure you didn't watch Dynamite, and I'm sure you didn't see.
I went to watch Dynamite on Wednesday and forgot that they weren't showing it. So then on Thursday,
it was Thursday.
I forgot to try to watch it. Yeah. So I got used to the Wednesdays. So when I actually tried to watch it on a Wednesday, I was just like, oh no, I was just like basketball.
It's like basketball. But so what happened was there was a tag team gauntlet match, and Hangman actually made the Young Bucks lose because they were going for a Meltzer bomb, and Hangman actually grabbed, I think, Nick's foot. Mm. No, Matt. He grabbed Matt's foot, and he couldn't get in to save him when I forgot who, but somebody rolled him up, and they lost the gauntlet. And FTR was talking in his ear last week saying, hey, who do you want to fight? You want to fight these guys, or
do you want to fight us? Yeah.
Yeah, like you fought them already. You want to know if you guys are really the best.
Yeah.
Fight somebody else who you haven't fought already.
Yeah.
So,
makes sense.
And he got in.
The little whispers is like, hey, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course they were pissed off. They kicked him out of the Elite, but
I thought he already left the Elite. I thought he wasn't really like synonymous with them.
He did, but he didn't. He was saying like he wanted to do his own thing, but he was never officially out because if you remember, every time they've been in a group team setting.
He still does pop up, yeah.
Yeah, like in May, what was that? The Stadium Stampede match. It was still the Elite versus the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Elite and Hangman. It was the Elite.
Yeah.
So yeah, they officially kicked him out, and they were saying before when he said he wanted to go his own way, it's like, no, we still got love for you, we love you, and all this and that, whatever.
But after that, it's just like, nah, bitch.
yeah. Now you did this, nah. But he looked like super remorseful after he did that. And later on in the night, there's a promo like, oh yeah, I called you a jobber before. No, you're a full-on jobber, and threw alcohol in his face and said, oh yeah, you're an alcoholic and shit like that. So yeah, it's
getting really good. Okay, fair enough.
Yes, gotcha. And that's what I've been trying to tell you.
No, I know it's been getting good. We've been talking about this shit for like how many months already? That it's steadily building as it should be over the long term.
Actually, yeah, since October, pretty much.
Yeah.
Since October, since
almost a year storyline. Exactly.
It is a year storyline because with him and Jericho, and just everything in general. So yeah, and then at the end, towards the end of BTE, Kenny Omega is in his car and he has his shades on. He has his Kenny Omega cleaner shades on. He doesn't say anything. He's just looking in the rearview mirror. So hint back to old times.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, good. Hopefully the American audience gets to see like what everybody's been talking about for years as to how he is and how good he is. So
what we see it is just he hasn't gone on a run. So
and that's what it is. Like he might need the cleaner like aura to go on the actual run he used to go on.
He just needs not to be EVP.
Yeah. After that we had Chris Jericho versus we're gonna have Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy in the Mimosa Mayhem match. So are there just going to be mimosas everywhere?
What do you think a mimosa is? There's a little bit of bubbly and some orange.
I'm asking, like, are there going to be actual mimosas everywhere, though?
So it says, I don't know. It says the match can be won by pinfall submission or throwing your opponent into a tank of mimosa.
I'll be happy to go into that tank. I'll drink the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I'll be drunk as fuck afterwards. Don't get me wrong.
Like, we'll get some energy out of Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see Orange drunk.
I want Orange Cassidy to win. Actually, he should win this one.
I want to see him win, but I definitely just want to see him drunk.
I want to win. I want him to win in a stupid way and then throw himself into the mimosa. And then, like, go drink all that shit.
Because I can definitely see Jericho taking the pin.
Yeah.
Because he just took a pin from him a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly.
And then just being thrown in there.
Yeah.
And then there's also some beef with PNP and the best friends. So
exactly. So afterwards, I can see them and the best friends, him and the best friends, just like drinking all the mimosa stuff and whatever.
Yeah,
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. I'm surprised that's actually not a match, even though that's a match on this Thursday, on this Wednesday actually. But we'll see what happens.
And then we have the AEW Championship match: Jon Moxley versus MJF. Is it time for MJF? I think it's still too soon.
Still too soon. Still too soon. And it's still too soon to let Moxley lose the title.
Yeah, exactly. Because
like
Jericho had it for a long time. There's no real front runner like candidate, even though you have the stats and But
and that would be a big mistake because we haven't mentioned it, but he's number one on the pro wrestling.
PWI.
Yep. Like it would be a big mistake if you take that title off of him. Exactly. And he's also just now becoming the longest reigning title holder.
Yep. And on top of that, and the reason why he's number one on the PWI is also because he's still technically the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion too at the same time. So
I would love to see those two titles on top
at the same time. I know. I would too. I would love for him to go defend that title and come out with the AEW title. So
and he's not signed to he doesn't have a contract with them right
with
now.
New Japan?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So it's that's probably why he's gonna give up the title, obviously. But it would be.
Is he?
Yeah, he will.
No, I can see it happening too, but it's not.
It's up to New Japan. See what they want to do. If everybody wants to continue being babies between New Japan and AEW, then they can continue being babies. Otherwise,
I just don't think they should because he's number one out of 500. And there's a lot. It doesn't matter to them
That doesn't
because
matter
I know they feel like they can put somebody else up there too because they did that with Kenny. So I'm sure they have that ego with them, which is pretty much undeniable. It's undeniable. Yeah. You can do it. Like the stock that you give people, it's high. Like look at AJ, look at Nakamura, look at the club, look at the OC.
Yeah, they get prestige for sure.
So I'm there with them. I believe it. I believe in the stock that they should believe in too. But don't drop it yet. Figure out a way where Moxley can actually defend the U.S. title in the U.S. at this time. That would be great. What's the news?
I just looked at my stocks.
Oh, fuck you. I knew he was gonna do that too. I knew as soon as you started shaking your head.
Let's just say the investment I made in the last 2 weeks has paid off already.
Fuck off.
Big time. That's it.
Also, one thing I did want to talk about with AEW was back when was it 2 weeks ago when they were on Saturday, they made 700. They got 755,000.
It's not bad.
And that's not bad, and that's competition with NXT, NBA, and UFC.
That's not bad at all.
So that's really amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing to
the fact that people still tuned in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's pretty big.
And on Thursday, I believe they got like 833 or something like that.
Good.
Good. Yeah,
that's good.
So,
and it's not even like recounting like watches after the fact too. So.
Exactly, and I think NXT got a little bit more than them during, but it was a whole day before. So either way, it's not bad. And like I said, this is great research that you just have to have.
It's market research. Why you're forced to do it.
You're forced to do it, but it's still
forced to do it, but it's still good market research. So is there anything else before we sign off? We're kind of like about.
What is there to talk about Marty Scarole? You want to talk about that situation?
He got taken off as lead booker, from what I read, because of he's facing allegations. Beyond that, I have no idea, and I think it's like he's still in a holding status with Ring of Honor. But beyond that,
and they're saying that can take maybe like 3 or 4 years to do the investigation, which is crazy because this is what they do. It's with other investigations, it has taken them this long. So that's the estimate of their
Ring of Honor's investigations.
Yes.
Wow, that's terrible.
It is. Well, not Ring of Honor. Sinclair Broadcasting Group.
Okay. So I mean, he could leave by that point, if anything. So it's not.
Yeah, the contract would be up, but at the same time, it's still like you now you have dirt in your name, and this other company who didn't do the due diligence can fuck that up for you. So it's like true. There's a thing there, but at the same time, it's like you have to do things for yourself. But at the same time,
again, at the end of the day, they're allegations right now.
Yes, and and back to what we were saying about Velveteen, it's a law thing and it's an age thing. The girl was of age where they were at, but she was 16 and it's the UK. It's still nasty, so it's still a thing, and it's still intoxication, so it's worse. So it's a lot there. It's very sketchy and it's very it's not a situation.
It's hard to really get into it and talk to about it without feeling a certain type of way. Yeah. So
because you no matter where you're at, 16 is 16 to me. And
if you know they're 16.
Yeah, and I don't think he did. Maybe
that's another thing.
I don't know. And then shit, like I don't care how grown you look, 16 still looks like 16.
No, of course, but like, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of gray area when we spoke about this last time. It's not always black and white. So like I said, at this point, still allegations. I'm not jumping ahead.
Yeah, good luck to him, and good luck to everybody that's going through these things, and most importantly, good luck to the victims, whether it's the victims of a lie or a victim of an abuser. Good luck to everyone involved. Yo from Show and Yo might be vacating. Might have to. He's injured, so Roppongi 3K might have to. They might have to vacate their junior heavyweight titles. So Yeah, it really sucks, but it's a possibility.
That shit happens, yeah.
Yeah. Want to talk? Oh, we have to talk about the Thunderdome.
I don't care about it.
Well, I don't really care about it either, but it's just like if you assign certain people, if you're sending out emails, because you can sign up to be on a Thunderdome, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're just giving it out willy-nilly to whoever you want to, you should.
Yeah, there's no vetting process at all.
Yeah, it needs to be a vetting process.
There needs to be a vetting process.
Because we just
KKK images, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, like Kenny Omega apparently was on some way somehow on last Thursday. Hilarious. Like he's trending with SmackDown.
Yeah, and he was also like, he even said on Twitter, he was like, "What? I just wanted to watch." I didn't think anybody would notice.
I don't think it was him.
No, it wasn't him. Somebody put a fucking picture or video of him just like,
Great, yeah. But still, like, I don't think
if people wanted to be jerks, if people would start putting BTE all over or AEW all over for fun, that's what I would do. I'd be like, and now, and they just go,
but it comes to that vetting process, and it also comes down to what are the things that they cannot do, because it's the same thing like when you go to an arena, when you go to a New Japan show. And you have on whatever shirt you want to have on. You can have a TJP shirt on from WWE, even
you have a WWE shirt at fucking New Japan. It doesn't really matter. It's only New Japan. It's only WWE that gives a fuck about everything.
Exactly, and this is WWE we're talking about. So if this is what they're doing, like, you can't kick anyone out of your arena today. But remember, they did that when AEW first started, and AEW shirts were popping up there.
Yep. Yeah.
So it goes back to a vetting process. You have to vet the fans.
Not even a vetting process. It's just like you have to have active moderators that look at the feeds that you're putting through, and that's all.
Yeah,
you have to have a group of 10, 15 doing it.
Yeah, because there were Benoit was there. Apparently, he was on one of the screens.
Pikachu.
Pikachu was there. Fire Velveteen Dream was there. Like,
yeah. And the thing is, it's going to happen. It's going to keep happening until they have a team dedicated to, looking through the feeds and
that's money.
Getting rid of certain ones.
That's money.
And you know what? That's money that they have. So I don't want to hear it.
That's what happens when you fire people in a pandemic.
And you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah. Like,
you want to be Disney, be Disney.
Yeah. Now that you're trying too hard to have a crowd.
Yeah.
You're going to have a crowd, and you're going to have that asshole fan. Just like you have those asshole fans who just
in real life.
who jump the barricade, you're going to have an asshole fan who does that shit where, you can't find me. All you can do is actually just ban my email.
Exactly. And then I'll just create another email.
Yeah. So it's really about a vetting process, and
you can only vet so much. That's the thing.
And some rules that you cannot do. Like, some rules that you cannot have, actually.
The only thing I could see you doing is banning the IP address that's connected to the server. That's probably the smarter way to do it.
Do we have individual IP addresses?
Yeah. You have an IP address. I have an IP address. Like, your computer from where you are has a different IP address than mine. It connects.
No, but
then you can also just get a VPN and connect to the thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but what if I have two laptops in my house? Same IP address, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's bullshit. I'm not going to do what my older brother and my little brother does.
I know.
Either way, somebody got to suffer. So I get it. I'm not completely against it, but I'd be pretty fucking mad.
No, I know, exactly. But I mean, like, banned from just doing that. Not from everything else, obviously. But like, if WWE just takes the IP address that connected to the server that had a video they did not like, they could just not let that IP address connect anymore. And that's it. It's that simple. They do that with video games, with cheaters. Like, Activision, they'll ban your IP after a while. So, like, yeah.
Makes sense. Last thing, are we going to get to talking about our number stats with Sasha, Bray?
I don't care. Numbers don't mean that much to me. Quality means much to me, not numbers.
No, I get it. Well,
the quality of the title defense means more to me than the actual numbers.
This is definitely true, but there's a lot of arguments, because we can argue that Ric Flair is not. He is most definitely 16-time champion.
Yeah,
champion, not WWE
I
champion.
Know.
So we can argue that it's
there's too many things to argue. I think that's probably like one of those Friday discussions that
definitely want to have everybody on.
E told us about that. Like, when are we having Friday discussions again? And it's like, you're not here. The Big Spoon doesn't want to do it if you're not here. So it's just a whole thing,
Listen, he got a gym again, all right?
I don't give a fuck.
He got a home gym somewhere.
Yeah, and I got a job. But you know what? I'm still showing up for this too. So it is what it is. But no, yeah, we could definitely discuss that like at length. I think that's like an actual better group discussion. Episode. Yeah, that's a whole episode on its own. So yeah, but I think that's all we got then. With that being said, that's the end of the episode. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at Mr. Alex25_, the guy on the other side at
MU_KEWLA.
On Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes, Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. Listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Transistor, and Stitcher. Stitcher. And Redbubble, Threadless. I have ordered the shirts. It still haven't come in from Teespring. So be on the lookout for that. And thanks again. Subscribe, like the channel. We'll probably be having another giveaway soon. And thanks so much for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll catch you guys next time. Oh, we did it at the same time. Look at that shit. Anyways, peace out.
All right now.